Ladies and gentlemen, the Warbosses of the Apocalypse. Live stream. Hey! What's the crack?
Right.
Welcome to another Warboss hobby hangout with myself, Scar, who's desk down. We have Dread, who's also desk down.
I'm dressed down. Roar! Not dressed down, desk down. Yeah.
Well, maybe that's why you are desk down, because you're dressed down.
He's
Isn't
not
it?
got the proper tie on.
Yeah, could be.
We've Steve-O,
I'll be desk down in a minute.
and we've Sid.
I also have capability.
Grand stuff. I think we're all
We didn't
just...
want to deny them our beautiful faces. They'd be very disappointed if they didn't get to see
This
us
is
for at
also
least a
very
little
true.
bit.
This is also very true. We're all doing a bit of hobby tonight, I think, and just having a general chat. There's no specific topic at hand. I'm sure
No.
there'll be highlights in conversation. We'll keep an eye on the chat and the stream in case anything interesting comes up. But as per usual, we do get stuck into the hobby, so apologies if we don't answer every question, especially if they're not...
I'm going to try and be better at that this time. I'm going to try and interact with the community more.
I've
So,
read the chat up.
fire your questions, guys. I can't promise I'll see them all, but between the four of us, we've got to make one sort of, with our powers combined, we can make a semi professional.
Well.
Hey, if four of us combined, if we had all six of us, then we'd definitely get a full chub on.
It's bound to work then.
But yeah, fire your questions away, guys. Tell us what you're working on as well. I am working on my character, my runt herd. You'll see him better in a minute because I'll go desk down. But he's almost finished. I've only got a tiny bit left to do on him. And I'm just sort of starting to do it now. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be working on. What about the rest of you gits?
I will also be working on my character, but I have just started them.
I'm also working on my character, carrying on from my stream the other night. I'm still cracking on with this boss.
Sid, are you almost also working on your character?
Oh yes, I remember that. So long ago now. No, I've finished my character, but I have got another character to work on. Well, finish off really. So he's base to do, and I'm going to be painting up some grot tanks.
Oh, very nice.
Because they're sitting next to us, and they've been based and metallicized, which is a word, and they just need a bit more colour. Oh, well, dirty first, I think.
Why not? So do we all do the knob build, or some of us do different characters? I know not everyone's done a knob, some have done...
Well, see, that's Sid's fault, because it was never a knob challenge. It was a
No.
character challenge. So we could make any character. But you know how Sid's mind works.
Knob challenge.
So yeah, I've built a runt herd. Essex is doing a big mech on bike. Dread's doing a Warboss.
Yes, mate.
Sid, I presume you did a knob.
Yes, it's a knob challenge. My knob, as is in all my picks, I put my knob on a tactical rock. I just think it sets it off a treat.
Stack of grassy patches.
Mate, there's random.
I stage all my knob bits from a tactical rock.
It's just tough sticking out everywhere around the base. You know, not fully covering, just bits.
Draped over the top.
Little skulls. Say skulls. Critters, whatever, you know. They're there as well. No, but it is a knob with a Hua banner.
Tidy. And a scar. We've only seen yours in bit form. What actually are you building?
It is, yeah. It's just it's a knob with a combi flamer. But I've lost the head that I picked, so I need to go and cut another one out of the sprue.
Oh shit! You'll probably find that lodged into your foot tomorrow morning.
Actually, it might be in the little bits tub that I have. Is it? No, of course it isn't. For Christ's sakes. Yeah, I've started to sort of clean the desk up a bit, so trying to organize.
Well, Was it one of the heads out of the knob kit or
Yeah,
from
you know the
somewhere else?
metallic one, the one that has the
Yeah.
big metal bonds.
Oh
sort
yeah.
of comes down.
Oh, you'd have 5 or 6 of them knocking about, wouldn't you?
What's this? This is the neck off or something. What in the jeez? Seems not what that bit is.
It's not really in focus. It looks like a gene stealer head from here.
No, it's like a neck.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what it is.
Well,
It's off the commando. It's the commando knob. I've just realised what it is because I glued them together. Do you know the commando knob, the way you can have
Yeah,
them looking that way,
from-
or you can put the neck
Oh
fully in
yeah.
and he can look the other way? That's what it is.
like a
I
neck
was like, what the
wedge.
hell?
I love a neck wedge at the minute, don't they? Gazzy
Yeah.
came with a neck wedge. You know, big
Not the
big chomper.
snagger boy. It's a couple
neck
of snagger
wedge.
boys, yeah.
Bring
Yeah,
back ball
yeah.
and socket.
Yeah, then you can just stick it in and have it,
They're mad for me.
anywhere you want.
Mad for them. I was going to wait to build the rest of me Storm Boys with different arms and heads and stuff from other kits that I have. I now have bits boxes, but I just can't get to those bits boxes at the moment, so I might just have to build them a very boring, but it needs to happen, you know. I finished all the bases. I finished building all the bases. There is progress. It's just very, very slow.
Disan Snogu says he's going to be working on Crash, the can that he's been working on. I saw pictures of that on the 40k Ork community today, and yeah, it's looking quality. Really, really nice.
Might be an
I'll have to have
opportunity
a look
there
for that.
change.
Does that you say that was in a Discord?
It was in the Facebook group earlier today. He's a can holding a like a sledgehammer, and he's like extended the body and the head, and that looks really cool. If you want to see it, people, get yourselves over to the Facebook 40k Ork community.
Maybe I might change it to one of the Mega Arbor Knob ones if they fit, though. They seem a bit bigger.
Oh, they do fit.
Okay. Here's the buns.
Great for cyborgs.
There's 3 screws in that kit, isn't there?
Yeah, there's a fair few.
Or is it 2? Ooh, actually. Is it big enough for a knob, though? Liking the
Depends how
look of
big the
that
knob is.
Storm Boy gob. Jesus, stop dropping shit on the floor for Christ's sakes.
Don't roll up the sleeves.
I only just hoovered recently as well, so if it's gone missing, I think it's in
it's a nightmare, that, isn't it?
the
It's like
big
a Hoovering's like a fucking save point. You get so far, and you know you've dropped something, you can find it, and you hoover, and it's like, right, start again, refresh.
Yeah, do you know what? Yeah, absolutely bang on. Exactly what you just said. It's a save point. It's like literally after it is just a fresh start.
You run the Hoover around, and you hear,
yeah, hang on, look.
you think, that was a good bit. I can tell by the playing.
I
the
put heads
sound.
on all my snagger conversions the other day, yeah. And this one, I've just noticed it's missing today, and I'm like, oh fuck. I only had a Hoover through here just the other day. Like I actually hooked up to some power, and so I got a Henry Hoover, and I went round everywhere, and I was brutal. So I'm like, well, that's gone, isn't it? Definitely, because it's not on the top anywhere, so it's gone. Damn. I don't even know what one I use.
Have you never gone in the bag to retrieve a valuable item?
What,
You know,
through
I've
Valley of
actually-
the Cube?
I've actually
No.
gone into the sink trap of a previous house before to get the claw part of a Mega Knob, the power claw.
Yeah.
Like
I have totally ripped open a Henry Hoover bag to get put something out of it that knows one up there.
I've gone in and get the bits.
Yeah,
The
fucking
good
A.
bits.
Well, I don't 100% know. Yeah, I'm not going to that length.
Well, then
Ahead.
no,
I
it's
don't know
not
what-
that important to you, don't you? So not much of a loss anyway.
Suppose. Shut up then.
Funkin' Hungry says 16 watching, 5 likes. Very well pointed out there, Funkin'. Yeah.
They're not the same number.
You people need to sort your shit out. That's a fucking disgrace. Come on.
Well, it basically means that there's people watching that don't like it.
Yeah, don't make us start crumping heads. Who would not like this prime?
Can I just ask though, is there any of us four here got the chat open and haven't liked it?
Nope.
Well, I have now.
There you go.
I mean,
There you go.
I'm running it, so I can't like it while it's running. You know.
And
Hold
anyway,
on, I'll log in on
it's
my
do
phone.
as I
I'll
say,
throw-
not as
throw
I
another
do.
like in.
Anyway,
I'll throw another one on the phone. Yeah, I'm sure that'll
I'd say
boost
that
it.
if all four of us had liked it, that makes 5 likes even more fucking bleaker,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
and hopefully, Dim and Essex. I hope they've liked it as well.
Well, there's our fan base.
See what it is.
That's it. We can play hardball. So listen, sorry guys, but until the likes match the views, we just won't say anything.
I refuse to be entertaining, which I think is just inviting comments. So I'll take that back.
Gitman's in there. He's sorting them out for us. You go. Crump some
Crump's
heads, Gitman. Right, where the fuck have I put my vape? Well, that's not going to be good. I need what the. For God's sake. Ah, there it is. Don't worry, people. Panic over.
Phew.
Right.
I was worried I wasn't gonna.
Oh, Jesus Christ. See that? I just fucking just dropped it. Live on camera. Hey. It didn't break though. Not this time.
I think I want a different gun.
Some of you may have noticed in my terribly out of focus camera that I bought old Gashnak out, but I've only grabbed him for a very specific reason because I'm at the stage where I'm just about to finish this guy off, so I always like to have a finished one nearby so that I can sort of compare the skin and the base, and so make sure it all. Because you know when you're dry brushing and you're doing the layers and stuff, it can look quite different from other ones you do. So I always try and have
You
one
have a little
completed.
comparison.
Yeah, basically. So, I wonder if I move the light at all. That tends to throw the focus off a bit sometimes. But mind you, I need the light so I can see. Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah, don't turn the light off. You need that.
I think these Mega Knob bonces are a little bit bigger than the standard knob bonces because trying to get the jaw onto them is it's a bit snug.
That would make sense, so really, wouldn't it? Would it? Yeah.
What Mega Knobs are slightly bigger knobs? Well, I suppose.
Slightly chunkier lads.
Donkey
Slightly.
chunkier. Is that the criteria? It's like, can they actually fill the suit as to whether they get put in it or not?
This is it. I mean, imagine going to an Ork tailor and going, "Oh, my suit doesn't fit. It's too baggy." And instead of sort of taking it in, the tailor just tells you to go out and punch some git a few times. Just keep battering people till it does fit.
Yeah.
Wouldn't the bigger knobs be out of Mega Armor though? Because they'll outgrow it eventually. It's not. It doesn't look. It hasn't exactly got an elasticated waistband, does it?
Yeah. You don't want to get stuck in it there.
Now, surely they'd pop it. They get so big that they just bust out of it, and then they go back to the mech and give out and go, sort it out. You know what I mean?
That's one. I don't know if Tom's in there, but that's one for Tom. It's only taken us a year and a bit.
It's looking good, mate.
He's almost done.
Where's his candy cane?
I got a fucking candy cane. Like Christmas.
Where's his snowy base?
Where's his sack?
One of your models, he probably does have a sack.
It's on the back of his truck.
No, people, that's not a euphemism.
As you will see.
Stay to the end of the stream. It's going to be a bumpy ride. Keith says, "How do you all get through the dull drums and keep you urged to paint?" Poorly written there, Keith. I won't lie to you, but we get what you're trying to say. I don't know. I don't really deal with it, mate. I'd go through those dull drums of not doing a lot or wanting to do a lot. Certainly when it comes to the painting side of things, anyway. So perhaps someone like Sid, who's far more productive, can answer that question better than me.
I'm just built different, not better, just different. Somehow better. No. I forgot I love that. I say that at every opportunity. No, I don't know. I'm very much driven by the end product. There's nothing I love more than seeing something finish and going, it's finished. Look at it. It's fucking brilliant. Even if you've got to get through all the, if it's sometimes a slog before, I won't force myself to do it if I'm not in the mood. But I force myself to do a lot of things in life when I'm not in the mood for. I never think, get in, I get to go to work today, but I do it because I've got to do it. And this is infinitely more enjoyable for us than working. So it's never that much of a chore to do it. But even if you just do tonight I've got 6 grot tanks here. They're all a bit silver. Well, they're all silver. And I'm just gonna stick some of this Gilliman flesh. If I can do that without spilling it all over the desk. Gilliman flesh contrast paint on just to dirty them up. And if they're dry and I've got time, which I will because there's a couple of hours here, I'll just start dry brushing them. So it's not like a massive chore. I can do it, switch off, watch something on Netflix, or talk to these gits or use gits or whoever, and just go through the steps. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And then when I come round to actually putting detail on something, I haven't got to go, I've got all that other stuff to do because I've already done it.
Why can't I do that then?
Step by step. Ooh, baby.
Little by little.
Dred, you've been really productive lately, haven't you?
Not really, to a degree, I suppose. Yeah, more so than I ever was before. You could say, yeah, I suppose, yeah.
All right, then moving on. Scar, you done fuck all lately. What are you doing?
Yeah, me wonky Christmas trees will take me a year and a day to sort out. Do you know what motivates me to actually get stuff done? I find it very hard to get motivated to get stuff done. But once I've enjoyed playing a game of whatever system, that tends to motivate me. So like when we did the last Warboss meet, which I think was the last time I played 40k, which was over a year ago. I just came home and I started painting Stone Boys. I get motivated when I enjoy playing the game. So
Actually, yeah.
So this list is 1 year in the making, literally. Then the idea first hit you, did it?
I wouldn't say that.
Next time, I'm taking Storm Boys.
I would agree with what Scar just said, actually, because just lately having played Steve-O, and the motivation to get it done, to be able to play Steve-O, and then I played Clint, and just off the back of being able to have a few games has made me go, do you know what? I will get a few other things painted, and I will finish these things off so that I can be more happy with it on the table. So that's pushing me.
It's about enjoying the game for me. If I enjoy playing the game, or if like a miniature does something really cool, then it deserves a paint job. You know what I mean? But like years back in the day, I used to defiantly just play with unpainted miniatures and not care about it. But it is nicer when you have like,
absolutely,
2 fully painted armies. I can't deny that. And then even the sense of putting down your painted miniatures to play the game as opposed to unpainted stuff. It gives a different feel, different vibe. You feel more sort of involved.
Yeah, this time round for me, I've not had a game with unpainted miniatures like on either side. I mostly played the same lad. To be fair, me mate who also got back into it, and he's quite productive. So we've always played all games with painted minis. But if it came down to like playing against unpainted minis, I wouldn't have an issue with that. It's fine because especially I think if it was a work in progress, like I could see progression, and I'm not going to monitor it. I'm not going to have a little. Let's have a look. Yes, that's got some paint. That's got 2 more. colours than last time. Good. No effort here. Take them off the table. I'm not going to be like that, but you can't expect somebody to go, I'm going to try this new force and I'm going to pay everything and then play it once and go, I don't like it. Right?
Yeah.
Let people try stuff out, even if it was like with proxies and stuff like that. That would be fine, really.
Proxies in 40k. Jesus.
What was that, Alid?
Yeah, what was that?
I don't know who it was. Who was it?
Oh,
Oh, it's Dread.
Oh,
Dread, have
he
you
slapped
broken
his
your
hand
miniature again? For the love of Christ, Dread.
Mate, you've got hands like cow's tits.
What's happening, Dread?
He's broken the bleeding. How did you even manage that? What in the...
I don't know. Fuck's sake.
I'm snapping off the arms.
Gay. So gay.
So evidently you didn't pin it. I can So see, ladies and gentlemen, this is what happens when we don't pin our miniatures.
No, this is what happens when Dread touches miniatures.
Well, I'm gonna have a cup of tea and a smoke and sit down.
Nothing improves hand-to-eye coordination.
Oh, jeez, fuck's sake! It's always fucking a few steps forward and another few back for me.
So at this rate, I might actually get my army painted before Dread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to have to repair that model at least 5 more times before it's done.
Yeah. But when it is done, boy, Jesus, it'll look
Yeah.
great.
It'll weigh twice as much as it does now.
50% miniature, 50% glue.
Yeah. Where did the detail go? Well, fucking had to glue it back together.
He's more
7
glue
times.
now than man, twisted and evil.
I was kind of thinking that, since I did the shirt sort of a cream, whitey cream, that I might actually take the trousers and make them red because I think it's got too much brown otherwise, and not enough red. So I was thinking I might do the trousers red. Might as well do it with while his gun's out the way as well. I can paint that chain. Oh,
Maybe it'll be a blessing in disguise, mate, if you improve it.
bollock. I'll make the most of a bad situation is what I'll do.
Hey, it's worked all right for us thus far, hasn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure our audience can agree. Right, well, that's that base done. What else I've got to do on him? I think he's basically done. Tiny bit of tidy up there. And give him a rim job. And then it's good night.
Very classy.
I haven't done a rim job on any of mine yet, either these two anyway.
Just
Just
need to
three.
find where I'll put that little pile of sand and nose hairs. Get them on there.
A rim in German red brown. Exclusively.
Do your characters you're making have a name? My one's already got a name.
No. He will have. He hasn't yet.
I should be wearing a glove for this. Look at this. Looks like I've went through.
I thought you meant just like yeah, but if you were just wearing one glove, all you're going to be hearing all night is.
I might put one. It's a bit late now anyway, isn't it? Fuck.
Yeah. What's your guy's name? Sorry.
Guzgob. Because I used to do. I did a couple of them. I think I did 2, maybe. Early days of the channel, I did a couple of like lore videos from the aspect of an orc, and his name was Guzgob, and I always envisioned him as being a runt herd because runt herds being the storytellers and stuff of the tribe, and that's So it's quite cool now that I've created like an individual one, and he does have. They've got this head that Dread gave me ages ago. That's got a really massive overbite on it. Oh, many times, Sid. Many times. Each more passionately than the last. Yeah. I mean, like I've always said one thing about Dread. He really is one of life's triers. 10 out of 10 for effort.
And once again, he was able to say, "Oh, we just come off in the end."
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Armless Harry. I don't know.
Sci-fi says his hand and gun are purple.
That could be Armless Harry. That could be his name. Armless Harry. The Warboss.
Gitman says 15 views and 17 likes. Get all your family to like the video too.
My lighting isn't very good, but yeah, it's coming along.
Sci-fi says the temptation to cut select clips and make an out-of-context compilation is building. You have a wealth of material at your fingertips, Sci-fi, and you could create something quite sordid.
I don't even know if it would even be that out of context, to be fair. Like,
I don't think many sure it would actually. Thank you. You'd be hard pressed to make us look more childish and obscene.
yeah. You see here, I've cut it so it makes it sound like he's talking about hand jobs, when actually he was talking about felching. And if you don't know what felching is, don't look it up.
Comes right before docking. Keith says, love the two. Don't look that up, people. Keith says, love the two-tiered grot tank, Sid. And he then asks, are those Timu tanks?
These are Timu tanks. And at the cheap price of $6 for 4 and all your details to China. But sometimes a bargain's a bargain, you know what I mean? You just got to go, they already know where they be shopping.
Greg's and Liddles.
Pretty much.
Oh, where's my chainmail silver? There it is. Hey.
Put down that wipe off thing. I take it that's the double tier one, which is like the burner one. It has got a shooter here, and it's a little scorcher, big spiky ram. It is ridiculously tall, to be fair. That's my little. I try to make that one to look like a little Lehman Russ.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it does. All the little sponsons on it, everything. That's quality.
Sponsons in the last cannon. Was a stupidly big one.
Once they're painted up, Sid, how many painted grot tanks does that give you?
This'll give us 16.
Okay, now.
I've got another. Is it just down here? Is that it? Is it in here? I've got some more in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's another 6 to do. And that'll give us 22. I've done the numbers. And then I thought I'd make another 2 just to get, maximum allowed. But I'll just scratch build them. Because that's always fun. The thing is, I've only used 8 in one go before. I used 8 in 2 mega tanks and a few cans, 6 cans, and a few mech guns, and I couldn't get them all in the deployment zone. They're not big, but they take up a lot of space.
Reserves?
When there's a squad of them anyway. Yeah, I might have to think of that. I was just piling everything on the table from the start. Plus, you got like a couple of units of grots with 20 in, and you know, it does take up a bit of space.
Keep fucking that up. Sure.
I could put this on with an airbrush as well, which would be a lot quicker. But I need the gloopy sort of pooling.
Keith says, "Embrace the ridiculous, Sid. It's working." I don't know if that was in reference to your grot tanks or just in your sort of outlook on life.
Just general. Yeah, it could both equally apply, to be fair. So, on Sunday, what would it be, the 17th? Are we making a commitment?
Yes. I'm
Our
finishing this commitment right now.
Our commitment to you people out there is that we will have finished our characters for the character challenge, and we'll have a video. I don't even think it's going to be live, is it?
No, it won't be a live one. It'll be a pre-recorded premiere. And then after you've seen that, straight after the video, you'll be able to jump over to the 40k Ork community and vote for who
Vote for
was
Clint.
your favourite. Yeah, vote for Essex.
Let's see them first, anyway. But yeah.
I don't know. Scar might be a wild card.
Shit, yeah, all right, mate. Sure. I mean, there's misplaced fate, and then there was whatever that was.
That was sarcasm, Scar.
Oh, okay. Is that what it was? I mean, that was so off the Richter scale, I didn't even, register it. So.
We've seen you working away on the smoke plumes for a long time, but it's going to be very cool to see what's attached to them smoke plumes or what's making them.
Storm boys, yeah, they'll be cool when they're done.
Oh, they definitely will. It's going to be a very cool looking army from your description.
Well, yeah, that's the idea. I mean, if you're a competitive player, there's no point in doing what I'm doing at all, because you'd be penalising yourself, and I'm sure someone would
you'd have too much fun. It wouldn't be your thing.
Can't be doing that. Jesus. Can't rule a cool. Down with that sort of thing. Can't be. Minus 10 points every match.
Yeah. Just get yourself 3 identical squig buggies and crack on.
Are they any good at the minute, the Rucker trucks?
Oh, I have no idea, mate. I'm honest with you. Not a clue. I am yet to ever use one in a game.
Yeah, didn't they change the unit format, though? Because you could take a load of them, and then they specifically changed it.
It used to be, yeah, they came in units of up to 3, so you could take essentially 9.
Hmm.
And
they're just units of 1 now.
Well, at the end of 9th, they changed it so you could only have 3 in your list. I think they tweaked it a bit. Well, I say tweaked it. They changed it, and it was just fucking. It was shit for anybody who was just playing for fun. And then they changed it again to right. I think it was you could have 1 unit with up to 3. But then they changed it so you could just have 3. So you could at least run them in separate units. I think. But in 10th, yeah, I think it's just units of 1, individual models.
Could you imagine you bought 9 at the peak of that, and it's like, sorry, 6 of them are useless now.
I know, but Howie, you've got to have a little bit of I was going to say sympathy. The opposite. You've got to laugh when somebody like Ganzuten buys like 9 of 1 identical kit and builds them because it's just overwhelming. Then they go, "No, you can't do that. Pack that in." Oh,
Yeah,
well,
there's literally only those people that were affected by
yeah,
that change, and
spent
it's
300 quid
no
on
one else
books.
needs to give it much thought, really.
I don't know.
This is outrageous. How many have you got? One. Well, don't worry about it then.
You can use it.
We don't stop you. Don't stop me now. Right. Oil drums.
In answer to that question from earlier, though, one way I am getting over the sort of lull and sort of make it is these lives, actually doing the lives with you guys. And hell, maybe if some of you guys watching have the same sort of trouble with lack of enthusiasm and gusto of doing it, maybe you should commit to every Sunday joining us for the live or the premiere and paint along. And together we'll get through this. We
Do
got
you
this.
suffer from hobby dysfunction? Well, we have a pill for you. Hey.
Come and join like-minded losers. It's kind of what made my channel work so well. Hey guys, I'm just as shit as you.
And then Dredd was like, "Wow, if this book can do it, I can."
He's like, hold my point.
That is a point, actually. Scott, I know you've been doing like YouTube for like, I remember you
Forever.
saying you had like a 10-year anniversary or something, didn't you?
Yeah,
About
well,
15 years
doing
ago, yeah.
YouTube, like I've had a channel for a long
many
time.
moons
but-
ago.
All right, so it's on and off type of thing, which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
10 years.
Oh, Scar's channel originally it started out on CFAX, I think.
It started off as like Warg Scarnier, so it was an Ork only channel back in like 2009. And I was
Did
like,
everybody else? I know. I think I don't know when you started, Steve-O, and for that matter, Dread, because there was a big influx of channels over COVID. Funnily enough, I know that's when I started about a year or so into COVID. I thought, do you know what? I'm just going to do it. It was Gar who I was talking to him about it, and they're saying, I'm thinking about doing a channel now, and he goes, look, you're going to do one, so you can do it now. Well, sorry, you can do it later and wish you'd done it now, or you can just do it now. And I was like,
Good advice.
That's so simple, yet it makes perfect sense.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll do it now.
Yeah, I've spoken
Wise
to other
words.
people before and wanted to do it, and they go, "Oh well, I need to get this camera first. I need to get this first." And I'm like, "You got a phone? What phone you got? That? Yeah, then you can go now. Just do it." Yeah, but just do it later on. You can improve it as you go. Just I don't know how long though. I'm not actually sure how long I've been going now. I know that I started. I think like literally sort of almost right on the launch of 8th, or in the build up to 8th.
Yeah, I think Devo came out like in a January, and I came out in the September of that same year, or maybe summer of that same year.
I know it was 8th that
months
got me
after
back
Devo.
into the hobby. Like the build up of that, I started sort of seeing the news and thing and talking about how it was shaping up and that, and I'm like, oh, it's cool. And it was a big old. I think people forget how much of a shake up that was, because 6th had been out, 7th had been out, and so many people had left the hobby during that period.
Yeah, entirely loads. Yeah.
And so when it was this huge, like just scrapping it, starting from the ground up, it was like, oh, well, this is quite interesting actually. What? Because love 8th or hate 8th, I think everyone agreed that something needed to happen.
Yeah.
Whether or not you think they did a good job of it, it's a different matter. But you'll be able to find many online forums where you can freely go to war about it.
And Facebook groups such as the 48K or community.
I've not seen any of that.
No, don't do it. Don't have war on ours.
Yeah, no, there's no war in our group. Just pleasant greenskins.
Daniel Leave says he's making a stomper. That's a Hangout project, isn't it?
No.
Good lad.
It's a lot of
Question is he going to be adding a second one to his collection with that new box set coming out?
And he'll probably find that hopefully in some way it's going to be more playable. You would hope.
You would hope, to be fair, yeah. You would hope so. I'm most certainly hoping so. I mean, they could do it by tweaking the rules, just make it a little bit tougher, because it goes 1-on-1 with knights and what have you, and just gets battered.
Mm-hmm.
To make it a bit tougher, or
Made it ironic, didn't it, that they compared it to a knight in the article
Yeah,
to try and sell it to you. Look at the size of it. Imagine how disappointed you'll be when this knight smashes the fuck out of it.
whilst the other 350 points worth of troops he's got for the same price, stand on and applaud politely. Yeah, again, sir. Or you could just drop the points.
Do people buy a stomper in the hope that it will do? I don't guess people just buy. I think people carry on buying stompers even if they know they're shit, don't they? Because they just want a stomper to be the centerpiece of their army.
I had a lot of fun building mine. I thought it was mint. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, I'll have another one. It's been a while.
I think you should scratch build one, Sid.
I'll be the third one.
I think we'd all like to see that. What's going on in the chat? Sci-Fi says, Scar, put the knob on a cavalry base and have him dragging the fuel tank with some botched on wheels with a snot pumping pressure like the War Track Scorcher.
I mean, that's a great idea, but I need to have this done and dusted by Wednesday, so.
Sci-Fi, your ideas are always creative. Never feasible. Never feasible.
There's always two common qualities to sci-fi's ideas. One, they're always very, very creative. And two, they're always for someone else. So
Yeah.
It's literally
I have noticed.
what you want to do here. You want to do this. You want to do that. Yes, see, that's what you want to do.
How did you get his pipe?
I'm sure he's got a pipe.
And I don't know, it always involves about 3, possibly 4 items that you don't own and would involve you going out and buying them. It's just...
Very true.
What you could do is... I'll tell you what you want to do there, Sky. You want to paint some shadows on that base, mate. That's what you want to be doing.
Fuck off here.
Take after the Grandmaster of painting himself, Dread.
Yeah, mate. It ain't going too badly, like, you know.
Put shadows on bases, man. Come on. Come on.
Behave.
Down with that sort of thing.
Scar would paint the reflections of the orc's mates in his eyes if he could.
I mean, if you could do that chrome paint style, that would be fucking mint. Is that the one where it's like old school, sort of like 80s style?
Yeah.
Sci-Fi confirms that he does have a pipe.
Yeah, I know he would. Probably seen him using it.
Keith says, sweet, are you on the Discord channel? We are indeed. We are indeed, Keith. That is where you are watching us from right now.
I think Keith was talking to Daniel. With these, because I think he mentioned his stomp art he's building is resin and scratch built. Was it scratch built? I think you said it was scratch built. Ooh. Resin scratch made at home. Oh. Now, does that mean scratch built from bits of resin, or printed at home, or
He's got a big vat stirring molten
might
resin.
just have a big vat.
Maybe there's probably a resin, I can't pronounce the word.
Reservoir.
Resin reservoir.
Reservoir.
Yeah, perhaps he's got an active one of them in his garden or something.
One of them natural resin springs.
Yeah, just ladles it out into moulds.
I mean, it would be fierce handy.
Oh, it is printed.
Yeah.
No.
So viewers watching, what's your view on like printed stuff? I imagine between a lot of you have had a lot of printed stuff from various people, companies and that, and or done yourself. What's your experiences with it? I've found that a lot of it is very breakable. Like it breaks so much easier than plastic or even metal, because metals just sort of break apart. They don't really break as such. But I've had quite a lot of experiences of resin like bits, like especially more heavy weighty bits. Just like if you knock them against something, they crack easily, and I've had a lot of it come with cracks in it already. So I'm a little bit now, like I'm at the point now where when I look at miniatures to buy and that, and I sort of see their 3D print, I'm a bit like of. It won't necessarily stop me from buying it, but it'll be a kind of a. I'll see it as a con. I'll see it as a downside and something to be wary of. I'm like, oh, don't know. I haven't bought from that. There's certain things I've got. Like I've got bits from Mr. Modulork that I really like. And whilst not being perfect, are definitely some of the finest 3D resin I've had. But I was wondering what everyone else's take on it is.
Find that a lot of it does over time crack, and sometimes isn't even cured properly internally.
I've had that happen as well with bits that weren't 40k. So you need to be really wary about who's printing your stuff for you, whether they've cured it properly and hollowed it out and cured it. Because if it isn't fully cured and you've got like resin on the inside, it will eventually crack.
Yeah.
I know it's asking how long that'll take for it to happen. It's like asking, how long's
a piece of string?
Depends
Yeah,
on,
very much.
Depends on, I suppose, the size of the core of liquid resin, if it has got one. I'm now thinking I got a couple of buggies over 2 years ago printed out. Now there were bulwark prints, but I got them on eBay. So it would have been like a third party printing them. So it's not whatever happens. It's no reflection on bulwark. One of them, it was the Rucker Truck Squig buggy one that looks like a VW Beetle.
Yeah.
And that was very much like a base of the buggy, and then you had the sides, and then you had a roof, and you had like a roll cage, and you had an auto in the middle inside it, driving it, and all that. So it was all very much. There wasn't any really thick bits of resin. But the scrapjet was a big chunk of resin for the body. And then you had all the extra bits. And I'm thinking it could be sitting in a cabinet behind us, just oozing.
Yeah.
It's sat there for a few years. So I'm thinking I'm going to go and have a look. In fact, I'm going to. I'm going to switch back the desk down, and I'm going to go and grab it. Plus, I think my desk down's been a little bit pausey. Hand in, hand out. Oh, no, it's not. Where is it?
You wanted them grots to sort of drive round in a circle in a stop motion fashion, don't you? What's that channel that we like? The guy makes stuff. Bill makes stuff. Bill making stuff. Come on.
That's right. Yeah, with the tongs.
Yeah. We get the chat's woken up a bit. Mostly Zen. Steve-O, apparently the resin becomes more brittle over time if it's in UV light, including sunlight. So either keep them in the dark or get them printed ASAP, then it's less brittle. He says his mate with a 3D printer who I know from so says my mate with a 3D printer who I know from walking the dog. I mean, I don't know. I'm just a little bit like skeptical. I was skeptical of it a few years back when just everyone was just saying it was the future. Games Workshop were dead. Any other manufacturers of other bits was dead. 3D printing, everyone should get a 3D printer. And I was like, I'm not
They're
convinced.
like lads who are into crypto. It's like, oh, you need to buy now. You know what I mean? You need to invest. You make it forward. You know what I mean?
I think it's come on a long way. I think over the last year or so, like people like Mr. Modular stuff have come in, and I see some other companies out there as well doing it, and they're creating some like beautifully detailed sculpts and some really good stuff.
There's some absolute garbage out there as well.
There really is. There really is. Like with anything, I guess. But yeah, it's
well, this looks
Sid.
all right.
That looks fucking awesome. I don't think I've ever seen that one before.
Are you not?
I don't think so. No, that looks fucking wicked.
It's got it's got 3 different engines on it,
which is why it looks wicked. It looks fucking awesome.
But the back bit, the carb, if you like, is just like a solid chunk of resin. But I mean, I can see underneath it, and I can't see any little puddles of shame on the base or anything.
It'd be an oil
Hit it
leak
with a little hammer.
Do you know that looks really good though? Because that doesn't look 3D printed, and I think there's the key. I think when, especially when the stuff looks 3D printed, I can't stand it. You see them telltale lines and that for a bit. I hate that.
Well, that's not the that's more the what I think Sky, you had one for terrain, didn't you? The printer that uses the wire.
Oh, the FTM printers.
FTM. That's it. I knew it was 3 letters. I was probably the wrong ones. But that's more. I think that's more that which gives you the lines.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But no, that seems to be holding up. So well done, Bulwark, and your mysterious printer who flogging your stuff on eBay. I hope it's official.
That's such a cool looking buggy as well. I love that. The wire number plate.
That was like, that's just embossed. Like I just picked out the letter and I didn't just freehand that. I had to stick a few extra things on, like stick a rocket in there and a little rocket pod on there. Right number of shooter barrels and all that, which means no.
Nice.
Yeah, that seems to be doing all right.
Well, that's cool. Tommy Mack says, I got a 3D printed resin stomper head enlarged to twice the size to use as terrain, but it was a hollow print, no issues yet.
That's a good idea, I mean.
It's a very good idea, isn't it? Yeah.
Print out like an enlarged sort of, especially something like a stomper.
So yeah, you could have like a crashed gargant or something, couldn't you?
Like as you wanted, couldn't you?
Yeah, that's cool. And for like ruins and wrecks and stuff, the sort of, it doesn't matter if it's a bit rough around the edges and that, does it? It doesn't matter because it's a wreck.
This is it. Right now. So if the last one I put the contrast on is dry, then the first one must be very dry. So,
you would think.
That's science.
One painted miniature. One like.
And
4 hosts, 1 like.
Thanks, Mom.
Right, let's see if I can get some of this paint off my fingers.
Do most people do plastic artwork? Is it still a thing, or is it like the old breed, really?
I've only really just started mucking about with it a bit and doing a few more things. Same with green stuff as well.
Yeah,
I think
I'm still very much on the edge of
I
green
made
stuff.
done me a banner out of plastic card, so
Nice, very nice.
and that. I'm keen to. But to me, that's a bit more exciting than 3D printing.
mean,
I'm
it doesn't have to
more
be an
excited by
either or, like, we
scratch
can-
builds
yeah.
or
Well, look, if you've designed it or parts of it anyway, I mean, if you've designed it yourself, I think it will be just as exciting. And by exciting, I mean, fulfilling maybe. I do think when I've printed stuff out, like other people's designs, it is just like I've
but it's the
bought
same as
it.
going in. Yeah, as you just bought it, haven't you?
Yeah. But I'm also running a risk of opening. It's basically like buying Finecast or Failcast. As in, I've paid me money, I've got it, but when I finish it and it actually comes out the printer, there's a good chance it's going to be fucked. There's going to be something wrong with it. But that's on me, to be fair, but still. Like when you buy a Finecast and half the head's missing. You go, oh, there's some liquid green stuff, just fill in the gaps. It's his face, man.
Just buying a kit, I don't know, it just feels like you just don't have any of that risk. You know what you're getting, don't you?
Yeah, I'm happy to buy 3D prints, resin prints, and what have you off other people. I like to think they at least know what they're doing, and they're not going to print it and it comes with like some twisted and deformed, monstrosity, and they go, that'll do, and stick it in a box and send it off to you. Just for like
that has
30
been
quid,
my
just so you can go,
experience in the past a little bit, but
You see, Tommy Mac's in there. He's got some China cast recently. Now, I've bought quite a few things from Forgery World, and there's a few things I looked at and went, "Oh, that's a bit dodgy. It's not great. There's mistakes." And then you talk to somebody who's got the actual model from Forge World, and they go, "Oh no, that's what it's like."
You've got me so fucking triggered about Forge World. I've actually knocked the bit I was working on the carpet, so it's gone. It's gone. Really, can I find it? Where is the?
You know what I mean? I got the stomper. Fact, hang on, it's another show and tell moment.
Hey, happy days. Well, I've lost that bit that I lost, but I found the head that I thought I hoovered up. Hey.
It was.
Clearly, I didn't do a great job of hoovering, so. Yeah, we'll get that head off. That's too. I don't like that anyway.
Oh, that's a Forgery World squig-off with magnets. How do they work? So I wasn't going to pay 100 quid, so I thought, well, I'll pay 30. 6. And I got that, and I had trouble getting the legs to fit, so I had to sort of like do a lot of green stuff and just to sort of fill in gaps and try and replicate the scales and stuff. Not very well, but I'm struggling to find where there is green stuff work, so it must have been half decent. But when I said like I couldn't get the legs to fit, so I think the rip-off cast was a bit chunky. A lot of people said, "Oh no, I had the same problem with the proper Forge World one."
Mm-hmm.
So, whatever.
I bought the mech Buzzgob from Forge World, but I also bought it from Forgery World, and I'm not shitting you. The one from Forgery World is actually improved upon the cast that they must have got from Forge World. So,
well, there you go. You heard it here first.
I've bought quite a lot of the Forge World miniatures directly from Forge World, and I have literally had to pick bits of fucking silicon mold out of the miniatures.
I
can tell you that they use a light baby blue colour for their silicon molds. It's like, fuck, what's this crap buried in the door? And it's just like, oh yeah, that happens. It's like, for fuck's sakes, lads, come on.
This sounds like buying soap bar in the old days.
Well, finding a small snail in it or something.
So there's
Gotta
little
be.
bits of plastic you find inside. Quality guide.
It's a bit of rubber in it that gets you off.
Tommy says, I don't see a problem with it when they discontinue stuff or the prices go wild. Mostly says the Forge World resin is awful. And that Buzzgob was terrible resin from Forge World.
I have bought a Forge World tank. It was a marine one. It was the Sakaran. And I think that must have been a newer model because the Forge World resin, or at least the actual the sculpt itself, was very, very clean. The lines were sharp. It was spot on. Basically, it was perfect. Whereas some of the older ones I'd bought, the Ork ones, were they were not fun to paint. You shouldn't have to run a brush over a surface and then go back half a dozen times just to try and get all the fucking holes and the gaps, and there's a spike here. Yeah, they weren't the best. So I don't know if they just improved, but carried on peddling the old stuff as well. You know, it's like when someone improves, like, new improved flavor. You can still get the shit flavor too. It's like, yeah, you'll just do it all again. Is that too much to ask? To redo the entire range of everything that you do? Probably.
That seems like a reasonable request.
Sorry, I've just got reasonable request stuck in my head as like a new version of Hero Quest, but like reasonable. It's just like, well, I think you should go and get your own treasure. That's a fair point.
The best thing about reasonable request is being amicable.
Funny.
Oh no, political debate.
Look at the reasonability.
The one that just breaks me up every time is the "Oh no, Mormons" on the door.
If anybody watching hasn't seen, was it
Broadcast.
Bardic Broadcast? That's, his Hero Quest video, the original one. Go watch it. It's the one with several million views. It's outstanding.
I'd say he's partly responsible for it actually getting rebooted. Like,
yeah, possibly, yeah.
I wish he'd hurry up and do that.
Hey, this is popular.
I wish he'd hurry up and do is that next cracking unboxing of the new version. Though I am so eager to see what his thoughts are on it.
I mean, he was a big fan of the old plastic and cardboard furniture. Wasn't he? A big fan of the.
Yeah, he replaced all his own furniture with it, didn't he?
I mean, if that's not dedication, I don't know what is.
Yeah. Whereas now with the new release, it's all resin, I suppose.
Plastic, isn't
it? Actually,
yeah, it's a bit, it's a little got a bit of flex in it. It's a bit different, sort of.
You see,
sort of like a cross between a GW miniature and an army man.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot in like D&D minis. You know, I mean, I've played D&D a handful of times when I was younger, but I've seen the minis in like hobby shops and that, and you look at them and got a sword and the sword's going, like, why is he
a couple of the ones from my set are like that. I think the wizard staff is a droopy angle.
Well, then again, that might suit some hobbyists. You know, rubber minis, bread, isn't it?
Yes, minis that bounce. They made the squid dice for Dread.
Hey, back off, catching me.
I just saw earlier today Snipe and Wibb's latest video. He's looking at the squig dice and the price they're going for now. People are selling for like £100 on eBay now. Mental. Absolutely mental. And then all the numbers, not the numbers, but the symbol of the numbers
They're
rubs off
absolutely
on them.
terrible dice as dice. They're
Yeah,
absolute.
They really
shit
are.
dice.
look great, but yeah. This 6-sided die, well, it's not really 6 sides, is it? If you actually take a good look at it and zoom in, and you're better off with cola cubes.
Yeah. Oh, hang on, it's not. No, oh, I can't remember. Is it that or the leather? Where's my handy book?
Let's see what's going on.
Oh, do I not say that?
Yeah, Tommy Mac saying that the newer Forge World stuff for like Horus Heresy and Blood Bowl's a lot better, which would make sense if they're like newer things. But like I say, when they're still putting out the not, well, I don't know if they still are doing the not bikers, but they were when I got them, obviously. They weren't great.
No, they don't improve what they've already got. Oh shit!
Keith says the best resin he's found was Spellcrow. I've
Yeah,
had no
but
problem
some
with Spellcrow,
Spellcrow
to be
stuff.
fair.
Been nice.
But then you get stuff. I mean, I've got to be honest. I think for fun minis,
My
found-
all-time fave.
they were up there with like Artel stuff for like the smooth, like alabaster style quality of it. It was just it was lovely, really nice, really crisp and well detailed. But
Beautiful,
no
beautiful
mistakes.
sculpts and stuff as well.
Yeah, I think they just had like a really good like quality control thing in place, so they didn't. If anything was a little bit chunky, they don't send it out. Maybe they
Yeah.
get loads of like, dodgy bits and just go, nope, nope, nope. Whereas Forge would go,
Yeah.
dig it in.
Yeah, you can tell. Yeah, it's business is run with pride, and you know the quality of product sent out to the customer is of high importance. You can see that, and you're getting something that is. If I'm buying an alternative to a Games Workshop miniature, because I want it to, at the very least, be equal to GW's miniature in terms of detail and look and the quality of the sculpt.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really. I mean, there is a market for like the cheap and cheerful. I guess it might not look quite as good, but it's you can get a shitload more for the money. I can see the market for that, but I don't know. I think there's some stuff out there that you're like, well, it's just not as good though, is it? It just doesn't look as good.
I think a lot of it's just down to personal preference, really, isn't it? You can see
Well,
some.
this is true.
I don't like them ones, and people look at them and go, "Oh, they're mint."
Yeah.
It also depends what you've already got as well, because it seems like the more people who do them, and this is naturally going to happen, the more people knocking out their own orc sculpts, you're going to get. You could almost stand them all in a row, and start at one style of orc and end at another style of orc, and like go through, like the development of man thing where
Yeah.
you just and sort of just have them sort of blend in like like a fucking color chart. Little bit more apey, little bit more apey, and so on and so on.
Yeah, and there's some really cool there's a lot of designers out there and stuff that go for the retro aesthetic as well, isn't there? Which is cool. It's nice to see like the old retro style. Sometimes like a reimagining of them with today's technology and stuff, or just harking right back to them. And I love a bit of that nostalgia looking stuff as well.
Yeah, again, Modular. He's done a few old school ones.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole game's a homage to Gorka Morka, isn't it? So you can tell it's just one big love letter to Gorka Morka. And we will be covering some Mr. Modulorca stuff on the channel soon.
We will be, yeah.
We won't set a date because we're been a bit lax on that, but we are coming at you with a bit of a review look at some interesting Mr. Modulorca stuff. Gitman says, stick together some Stern Guard because I don't have any new orcs to build and I don't want to paint at the moment. That's fair enough, Gitman. You don't have to explain yourself to us.
You could have, if you think you do, you could have got away with just not saying anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing loads of commandos. Marines.
Well, this is Gitman. He's never not going to say something. Disun says, I think one of the problems a lot of third-party orcs run into is tend to make them bigger than GW boys. Yeah, I find that a bit annoying a lot of the time.
Very much.
And it's like, look, if you like them big, then cool. And sometimes I don't know. It depends.
If you're not going to make them the size that is the agreed size, though, then you're going to cut out half your audience because a lot of people want it to fit in.
But I mean, if the 3D prints, you just set your print at 90% or.
Yeah, but it's not even 3D prints. Like, look at Cromlech's Mega Nubs. They were huge. Like, they were absolutely ridiculous.
They are big. They are big.
When you're ordering it from the shop and they arrive bigger.
Yeah.
So, okay, fair enough. But if I'm printing it myself, I can do what I want. But if I'm ordering prints from somebody, I don't want them turning up bigger than what I expect. A boy should be a boy, a knob should be a knob.
Well, do you know what I do though? Sometimes I look at there's quite a few minis I've looked at lately, and they're knobs, either like knobs or knobs in Mega Armor or whatever, and I'm just like I'm looking at them going, fuck, I'm just going to buy one of them. That's going to be my Warboss, or that's going to be my Big Mech or something, because that's like on that scale. So I won't necessarily use them as what they intend me to use them as. But yeah, I don't know. This it's a bit. I don't know. Where'd you go from that? It's a little bit lazy, I think. A little bit.
I know Mr. Modular Orcas are bigger. I mean, he's designed his for his game, which is that's fair enough. They are highly compatible with 40k though. But I found a list of literally everything he's done with a size reference next to it, like to get it into
handy.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Like printed 90%, 90%, 95%, 85%, 90. It was mostly around that mark, and you're not having to knock them down too much.
No, they're not. They're just.
That's what I'd want a printer to do. If I want a bunch of modular Orca stuff, I'd give them that list and say, look, just do me these and these and these and those, and that'd be fucking awesome.
That's like when you go on somewhere like Etsy and you find like a really cool looking monster, let's say. You think, oh, that would make a great gargantuan Squiggoth. That'd be fantastic. And you look at the price, it's only $22. That's really good. I'm going to get it. And then you click on it and go, oh, no, wait, this is at a 10% size. And you see somebody's posted a picture of it and it's that's fucking big. Then you go, well, I put up a 100% size, which I know is about 35 centimeters long. It's like that. And all of a sudden, then it's about 250 quid. You go, that makes more sense.
Yeah, I got quite excited the first time I went on Etsy and was hearing about stuff, but my God, I was quite actually a bit dismayed actually at the prices of a lot of the stuff. And I think for these one-man operations, I kind of get it because
a lot of
their time, the postage and everything, the cost of the materials to print the stuff. I don't think they're making huge amounts of money on each sale when you think about it. So. But it was, I don't know, it's...
And even if they are making money on it, I mean, like I say, if we're selling...
Well, they have every right to.
which might cost sort of like 20 quid in resin to print out, and they're selling it for like, say, 200. You think, it's 10 times the price. You just have it everyone's eyes and what have you. Say, well, hang on a minute, they have spent God knows how long actually designing it.
Yeah, for sure.
And then you're paying for somebody's talents for their sort of skill, and they're doing something which is possibly beyond
time. How much money do you put on time?
Well, this is it. If anybody's ever painted for commissions and that, it's one of those things where you try and be sort of. It's when imposter syndrome sets in with massive amount of thinking. Well, if I say what I think, then I'm going to be spending like I'm going to be earning £2 an hour or something here. I'd be better off just going around looking for change down second-hand settees in shops because it's not cost effective. But then if you charge what is a reasonable a fair amount for time, then you start thinking, oh, I feel bad. But Daniel
better,
Leaves is
better get
yeah.
painting quick before you're working for less than minimum wage.
Yeah. But Daniel Leaves asked before, just before it disappears off my feed, what are your thoughts on the combat patrol? Now, I don't know if you mean I say game, it's just playing 500-point games, or the actual Ork combat patrol. But I like the Ork combat patrol, apart from, the 2 lots of boys you get with it, which I don't think we need to bang that drum again. That drum's had a hiding. You know what I mean?
By us.
By everybody. I was going to say, if you haven't heard anybody's opinions on the new Ork Boy kit, then just search for new Ork Boy kit on YouTube and watch any video you find. There's a lot of people with stuff to say about it. Let's see if this paint's dry.
Except for the ones that are coming out about a month before it was released. Ignore them ones. Because all the people that got it early would have shouted it up.
Yeah, what did you get in that combat patrol? I mean, I've got it. I can't remember.
You get the Warboss and Mega Armor. You get the new Warboss and Mega Armor, I should say. I don't think there's an old one, but just to
that's right. Yeah.
You get 3 of the new Deathcopters, or I say, well, not 3 of the 3 new Deathcopters. You get a Death Dread, old
That's
kit,
right.
fantastic kit, and you get 20 of the new boys, and I think that's it.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. That is what you get. I bought that kit that come out the box.
Yeah, I did. I wanted the boss. I wanted the Deathcopters.
Yeah.
I got the boys.
And the Death Dreads are always welcome.
Death Dread's always welcome. That's the full model name. Death Dread's always welcome.
I'll just say again, the same as I said with the new battle box that's coming out. I think if it had been old boys in there, it'd be just one of them kits you'd buy again and again and again.
Oh, it would be superb.
Death Dread's awesome. Deathcopters look cool. The Warboss in Mega Armor, yeah, he's monopose, but he's incredibly easy to do things with. Really easy. It would not take very much work at all to, get completely different looks out of him.
Yeah.
But yeah, those boys. I don't know. It's mad that they put a double set of a set that's so monopose in the kit. Like, I don't know. It's one way to shift them, I suppose. Fuck it, stick 2 of them in there. Get rid of the fucking things.
They did do that with the Beast Snagger box as well, but those were just although
not as bad with them, is it? Nowhere near as bad.
But no, I mean, a lot of the arms were interchangeable without any work.
And the heads.
Slap enough plastic glue on and give it a wiggle, and it's self-filled. The tiny little gaps it had. A couple of the ones I'd done needed a little bit more, a bit green stuff or something. But I'd say 80% of them, possibly even 4 out of 5, didn't need any at all. Because it was arms, body, leg. Well, I think the legs were mostly joined. Heads, as opposed to chins connected to elbows and shooters with an ear on the end and all that sort of nonsense.
You can't even tell what this is.
It's the one with part of his face with the slugger.
This is a shooter. This is an abomination.
And part of the shoulder pad built into the face as well.
Mm-hmm. I think the first time I saw something like that, it was a Marine kit, actually, Space Marine kit, and I think it was the chaplain that came with the Indomitus box, and he had like a leg with a pole sticking up from the top of his thigh with his head on the end.
That's fucking weird, isn't it?
The body clamped around the pole, so like you put it together, and obviously it was all in the right place. But I'm like, why is his head on the end of this stick? I just cut it off. I just built it without it, and then put the head on. I don't know why I didn't put the head back on the same place, really, but it was like, no, you're not going to choose which way he's looking. He's looking that way. You want him looking that way? No, you can't do that. Well, I'm going to fucking do it. And I think some of the Outrider bikes had marine legs attached to exhausts.
I don't know if I'm rimming
Fucking
this
hell.
face right.
I don't want it.
I'll just wait for it to dry. I don't know. I couldn't remember which colour I used to do the rims of my bases. It's either oak brown or liver brown, but I painted one bit on, didn't look right, so I painted the other bit on. Still doesn't look right. I know it's one of them. Maybe it's just because it still looks different while it's wet. I don't know.
This is why I use black.
Yeah. That just looks like a different colour. That clearly is a different bloody colour. It must be the leather brown. It is the leather brown. It's got to be. Yeah, it is, dickhead. Right, I'll do that again in a minute then. And then he's ready for the spray. Ready for the varnish. And done. Fucking done.
Off expected here. So that's 6 plus Devo signing out. Thanks for watching.
Scary, you could put a small bit of tube coming out the banner hole to pin the barrel to the back. I could do, but we'll see if it holds or not. If it doesn't, then we might try your approach.
Well, I bought myself a new drill as well. I've been using me your little Proxon Valdez there, which is great for cutting through fucking anything. But it does have a tendency to melt the odd gun barrel if you're not careful. So I bought this. Ooh.
Oh, very swank.
Little USB
Hangout.
charger.
Yeah, I've got a little USB one.
It's got a light on it and everything.
Oh, blimey, that's a bit posh.
It's only got one speed though, which might as well be
Yeah.
called sufficient.
Well, I
Um,
like 3 speeds.
because it does. Yeah, I mean, I think what's happened is I've seen it with 3 speeds, and then during me kind of like an hour and sort of bit, I've then went and bought maybe the wrong one. But you can get the the heads up sort of clamp for it, so you can pull the lever and just go straight down if you just want it perfect. Because I'm always drilling off at angles and stuff by mistake. But it came as well with 10 nice sharp drill bits, clearly labelled with what size they are as well, which is nice. Because the amount of times I've bought hobby drill bits and they've been absolutely flat ended and no use whatsoever.
Yeah. Broken even when you buy them. Like,
Yeah.
what? Hang on, this isn't a finished end. This isn't a finished drill end. This is just a snapped end.
Right, that'll be dry now. That seems to be an exciting episode. I've been watching paint dry.
Right, I need some orange leather.
Yeah, we better fuck it. Right, bloody bit.
Two. Right, paintbrush.
So how much time would you say you have done on your conversion?
Ooh, there we go. That's better light.
Not very long. One was mostly just, I don't know, there was very little actual, it was just swapping bits really. Had to do a little bit of gap filling and then a load of green stuff fur, but other than that, it's just been a little, well, much more of a kit bash and a conversion.
Yeah, yeah.
But I
mine
did
too.
sculpting. I've never done sculpting really before.
But we need to get the videos done as well, don't we? Or at least
Oh, I
some
think
sort,
it is the same colour. Maybe.
some sort of video anyway.
No, it still looks darker.
I think I'd spent, I don't know, with this guy, a bit of time actually green stuff the neck so I could put the head on. But besides that, and I had to green stuff a tube for the power claw. But other than that, yeah, it was mostly just a bit splash of adding the power claw and adding the jaw to the head, and obviously not gluing the gun arm on properly. There was a bit more involved on the squig because although it's just a Cromlech squig, I had to put the wheels on. So I did drill into it and put some spokes through, or some plastic rod through the wheels into the squig, and then I've squared off a bit and added that engine bit and cut off the tail and added on the exhaust. So a little bit of time on that, not long, an hour.
What
I've
about
no idea.
yourself, Sid?
To be fair, I've no idea. I built. Well, I had a piece for his like bionic arm, his power claw, which is more like an arm, to be fair, as opposed to like a claw. Which I had to build fingers and some tubing on. I added some things to his backpack, and built his banner from plasticard and a barbecue skewer. The main challenge was taking off the chunks of chicken and mushroom, but I think I done all right with it in the end.
You rose to the challenge, mate.
It took a few, probably a few nights. But I tend to sort of like do 2 or 3 things at the same time, to be fair, chopping and changing. If I hit a bit of a wall with one where I feel like I'm not making good enough progress, I'll just go and shy with it and put it down, do something else.
Definitely spent longer painting it than I did converting it. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, painting always takes me longer. Always longer.
Yep.
Well, since Jan was asking Sid, is it any good? How much was it? I take it this is your little drill.
Oh yeah, it was about, I think it was 30 quid. I would just say though, like Dredd mentioned, you can get the one with multiple speeds. That's got 2 speeds, clockwise, anti-clockwise. I don't know if that's their speeds or not, but I don't know why I'd want to drill the other way. You know what I mean? Because you're not drilling, and if it's to remove it, I I don't want it to spin in the opposite direction as I remove it. I just think it might get a bit. It's fine if you're drilling into wood, with the drill to do that. But if you're drilling like something like a little delicate piece on a model, I think you're just asking for trouble. But it's canny. I tell you what, I'd seen somebody using it online, and it was that Bill making stuff. He's got one, so you know, product placement, it works.
That's it. We have Daniel Eves asking Sid, do you like grot tanks?
Yeah, who doesn't like grot tanks?
This is true.
Something wrong if you don't like grot tanks, man. Something wrong with you. Everyone loves them. They're so much fun to get. I had a mint time building these. And really, the base ones, like, you know, the Timu ones, like how they start off, that's, you know, usable, really. You could just paint them up. But if you can stick a load of, like, extra plates on them and little bits of gubbins and wire and, you know, just alter them up, I think it makes a lot of difference. Can't get past me spikes.
I don't know if I should try OSL with this guy or not. I've not tried it before. It'd just be fun to experiment.
Do you know what? That's something I've never tried either. I might have like half-arsed like tried it before and just went, oh my god, that's fucking horrific.
I did, but not on that. I thought I could show an example, but I don't know.
You see people doing it with an airbrush, just going, there we go, perfect RSL. You're like, how'd you do that? And they go, I've just showed.
It's much easier with an airbrush. Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking of just dry brushing.
That's what I've done in the. I've done some on a buggy once, just because I had a spot lamp, like a searchlight. But like I say, it wasn't great. But it's like anything, practice, isn't it? That's the key.
This is very true.
The problem is, though, who can be asked?
Yeah, I don't want to practice. I just want every miniature to come out exactly as I intended.
So I bought a guitar when I was about 17, and I bought a little lamp, and I plugged it in, and I hit the strings, and I went, I don't recognise that song, and I just put it. Why isn't music coming out? My guitar's broken.
I just seem to be throwing everything on the carpet tonight. Jesus.
Right, I'll have to let that dry. I painted that rim too many fucking times. I think I've found the right colour. I think I did have it the right colour, but it just takes a while to dry the same colour. You know.
So did you get the right? Was it leather brown? Did you say?
Oak brown.
Oak brown.
Just don't doubt your ability to do a good rim job, Steve. You've done it many times before. You're well experienced.
This is true.
Go with the flow.
Let your training take over.
Mm. I think it's important to have a nice rim job.
It does make all the difference.
I don't usually bother with them, so I'll take your word on it.
German red brown, as I say. It does make them look biscuity, buttery, basey though.
Crumbly biscuit goodness.
Yeah.
Thought that was your specialty.
Yeah. Here's an example. Red brown.
That looks cool.
Yeah. That's the one that broke off the other flash kit the other day. Still got gluing back on.
I kind of wish I had decided to keep the rims black, because it's just less effort. It's just less effort. But
I went with the German red brown because I've got a fucking great big pot of it. So I was like, oh, I've got loads of that, and it's a standard color, one that's not going to change over time because it's a standard color. So yeah, I'll go with that.
I don't like things painted on the base, on the rims. I don't like I don't know, like you get like writing and people put the names on the rims sometimes, don't they?
Yeah, you've got to do it really well if you're going to do it.
Yeah, I'm not.
Maybe even make a little name badge or something that you're going to add on.
I've done it before.
Yeah.
I've definitely done it before. I used to do it when I was like first time round.
Mm.
I think I'm just going to leave my name into like the data card that I make from. I'll put his name on there, sort of thing. I'm going to name them on the miniatures.
I wouldn't mind putting it underneath the base, maybe, so you can lift it up and look underneath, see what it's called.
Yeah, I used to on the bottom of them write what they were. So they like have like Knob with or Warboss with Power Claw and Attack Squid, and it would have like written under it what he had, what his loadout was. Just because I got fair used to people going, oh, that's not the usual model. Yeah, but basically he is just look, he's a Warboss with blah blah blah. It's just written on the bottom. But now I'm going with like drilling holes in things and putting magnets on the bottom of things. So
if you are really nice, you could just paint all these stats around the base.
just it would be cool to start a tally. Like it would look shit for a while, but after it gets going, it looked fucking ace. You'd have like fucking what's all them tallies under there? That's how many people he's killed, literally in game. But yeah, no, I think a base. You're right. I mean, I was leaning into doing, as you know, my own bases with metal plates around the sides, and I was thinking that they was going to have like glyphs and information and stuff on them. But I thought, you know what, it's just going to distract from the miniature in the end.
Yeah,
So,
I think it does a bit. I think it's sort of a little bit immersion breaking.
yeah.
Well, I know what you mean, because I know when I was doing my bases, I mean, I've based everything I've done the same way, which is like just a particular shade of brown, dry brushed up to like an off-white, and to give it that kind of sandy, dirty wasteland sort of colour, and it matches perfectly with battle mat. Now, and I think that's much better. Like, the Orcs, Marines, everything's always on the same sort of base. And I just think that sort of all looks better when it's on the mat. Now I turn my mat over and it's all grass and green and it just goes, oh, nothing fits. So that's why I've never, really used the other side of me two-sided battle mat.
I don't mind it too much when they like don't match up. But I mean, I did the same thing as well. I got a desert mat and all my terrain and my bases are all based in the same sort of colours, so it all ties in. And I really, really tried to make sure that the paint on the mat was like as close as possible.
Yeah, I mean the thing is when
I play on like
two games I've had, one or two games I've had on that side of the mat, it makes absolutely no difference. You don't notice it for a second, and it's not an issue.
No.
But leading up to it, I'm thinking, oh, I should have done Goblin Green.
I never liked Goblin Green bases, even in the back in the day.
I used to love a Goblin Green base, and all my Orcs and Goblins were Goblin Green.
Mm-hmm.
I used to go through a lot of Goblin Green.
I've got these two got tanks that I need to finish painting as well for my 2,000 point list. Once they're done, along with the Warboss and the Squig, then I'll have a 2,000 point list painted. So that's all I've got standing between me and 2,000 points now is these two got tanks basically.
Sweet.
My runt herd is done.
Pardon, mate.
Just needs to dry.
Well,
I need to quick spray of varnish and then gloss the eyes and the mouth, and then yeah, job's a good one. My grots now have a leader.
What was his name again?
Guzgob.
Guzgob. You know, I nearly said Guzgob. I knew it was something Gob. I just kept thinking Buzzgob.
He does have a decent overbite. He's got a big old bottom lip that comes around. He's quite cool. He does sort of stand out.
See, I love the underbite on orcs.
Yeah,
Which it's sadly missing from a lot of the new ones.
I think this is a Spellcrow head, I think. I don't know if Dread remembers.
Yeah. I do remember you the one you used. Yeah. It is. Yeah.
Can you get in focus?
Yeah, but it is. I have my light red. I'll get you some bloody red. It's bloody red, I tell you.
Just not going to focus at all, are you?
It's very, very, very bloody red.
Oh, there he is anyway.
Haha. You cannot focus.
It hasn't been focused the whole fucking... I think it's just focusing on this pen. Maybe if I hold him over there. So we'll look at him and make sure. Oh, that's good. Yep, he's good. Oh, very well. There are imperfections on him, but that just is what it is.
Oh, not good enough. Not good enough to win anyway.
Well, we shall see. That is for the audience to decide.
Oh yeah.
Come next
Popularity will
week.
win it, won't it?
Week today. A pretty good record so far with these build-off competitions.
Yeah, well, it's a strong fan base, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I got second place first time round, and then I got a box of Quality Street second time round. Oh, what I'll get this time. How do you explain your results, Dred? You're always telling me how popular you are. You always said, "Oh, they love me back home."
Hey, what's going on in the chat? Somebody want to have a spot?
Mostly Zen is talking about the lack of underbite on orcs. It's a crime against orc humanity.
Yeah, it's a bit annoying.
True that.
Daniel says, "Is it me, or do you play a squad of grots just for the extra CP?" Quite a lot of the time, mate. Yes.
And also holding a backfield objective.
Yeah.
Reading out deep strike, and that's about it. You're not taking them for the combat threat, are you?
No. Unless you're Essex.
Really good use of
rod,
points.
and
they are very reasonably priced.
You're getting such, ability. Just even the ability to screen the backfield for 40 points is worth it. But you're getting extra CP. You've got what's the other thing you get? The if you've got what's his name with them, you can what's the
Zodgrod.
Zodgrod. Yeah, then you can do that fancy moving them thing, can't you?
Yeah, the scout deep strike thing. You can basically get on the second objective, like the midfield objective, with them. Then really quick, if not not quite at the start of the game, but certainly in turn one, you can get up there, and then that just increases your chances for the CP as well. Plus, you're holding an extra objective.
They're hard to excuse not including.
Sid's giving himself an Essex tan right now.
When you've beaten
Is it pigmenting? Are you dry brushing or pigmenting?
I don't know, mate. I would say it's not quite dry brushing.
Are you using
Put the-
pigment or are you using paint?
Oh no, it is just paint, but it's a
Oh.
dry paint. It is paint, but it's a dry paint. It's watch. Oh no, I've spilled it everywhere. Oh, it's all over the place. No, it's not. The Riser Rust, I like this one
Oh, yeah.
because it's like Philadelphia, like a cream cheese sort of consistency. Whereas some of the other dry paints I've had from them, like the Necron Compounds, like it comes out like pebbles.
Yeah, it's shockingly bad.
I thought I just had a duff pot, but my mate went, "Oh, I got some of that." We were both on camera, sort of poured it out into our hands and then poured it back into the pot and had no paint on your hand. I think that is a dry paint. A bit too much there.
Mm-hmm. Still contemplating making his trousers red.
No, where is that varnish?
It's not really liking the brown trousers.
No Junebug, you cannot drink it, but you could spread it on a cracker.
Let's
Oh, that needs warming up. That can is very cold.
the old varnish.
Wait, yeah.
Yeah, I need to get some
I
more
thought
of
it was
this
a drink.
as well.
I thought he was talking about beer or something. I'm like, what
Yeah, I was
sort
thinking,
of
what?
degenerate warm beer? Jesus Christ.
You want to get that over a stove quick and sharpish.
Yeah, bloody
Or
right.
a naked flame like me.
I'll stick it on the hob. Stick that on there next to my
Over the
Stella.
gas hob, mate. Over the gas hob. I'll do it in no time. Genuinely what I do. But don't do as I do.
Yeah, it's worth pointing out. Don't warm your aerosol cans up by putting them over the gas flame. Dread is a professional.
Blind idiot.
And if it does explode and set his Ken on fire, you can just drive it into a river. So it's absolutely fine.
Well,
Oh.
time. I could roll.
Is it not mobile?
No, not at the moment.
Oh, right.
Dutch.
I did not know. Well, don't do the aerosol thing. I just put them under the hot tap. Well, I turned it on as well. Otherwise, I'm just pausing in the kitchen. Or fill a big jug full of boiling water and just stick it in. But I don't even know we use boiling, to be fair. Just to agitate it a little bit, isn't it?
Yeah, I just like stick a measuring jug or whatever of hot water and just hot water out the tap and just leave it in there for a few minutes.
That's all you need, yeah. If you're heating it to the point where you just about start to hear the seams creak, then you've probably got
when
to.
you do it over, when you hold it over a gas, a ring of gas, you hear the gases inside the can go.
You're a fucking idiot.
Gets so pressurized as soon as you spray it on the model, it blows his hand off straight away. Across, never to be seen again.
Yeah, again, don't do it at home.
You see Dread next week, audience. He's gonna have no eyebrows or skin.
I've got no hairs on this hand at the moment, but that was from a gas fire.
Gitman says, Gitman saying he had a game against the Tower today and got gunned down all the way by turn 4. Better luck next time, Gitman. You'll get him. You'll get him.
Turn 4 though.
Yeah, he dusted well.
That's happy. It's not like you got blasted off the table straight away. You stuck around for 80% of the game. That's not bad.
You should have had the gap closed by turn 4. Shouldn't be still shooting at you.
They're tricksy sods though. Battle suits, they hop about all over the bloody shop.
think I should have
Well,
dropped
it is satisfying when you reach the tail gun lines, though. You're like, right, you're in my fucking world now, son. This is gonna hurt.
I'll get your Vaseline.
You get one surviving orc boy across to their lane, and he just fucking demolishes all. He's uncouth. He's uncouth. Flee.
Just burped at the first one, and he falls
He's
back.
refusing our reasonable terms.
The first one drops.
He just bummed the F rule.
God damn it!
Ooh, I thought I snapped my tap off.
Daniel says he had a game against Necrons. I kill and then it puts itself back together. That is what happens when you play against Necrons, definitely.
Oh, that to come. Oh, give me all the
Orcs love it
advice.
because it means they get to crump them several times, you know?
Yeah, tell me about how to beat a Necrons, because I'm going to be facing that before long.
Yeah, I might have them on Saturday. I don't know if I'm going to be playing Necrons yet or Space Marines. Or to be fair, Knights. Or maybe he's even Demons. Christ, he's got a few new armies, actually.
Damn.
No, I don't think he's
Sci-fi.
got... Mm.
Sci-fi says tell someone to shake the can until it stops rattling. Then it's ready to spray. Sit back and enjoy the show.
I'll try that.
Oh, Sci-Fi's hit us with a question. He says, Warbosses, what opponent gave you the most fun game? Well, that's easy. It's Orcs, isn't it?
I mean, it's funny you say that. Like, the best game I had was me playing Space Wolves against Orcs before I started playing them. So, yeah. It is actually Orcs.
Yeah, Orcs. But does it mean army that you faced or person that you faced?
He just says, what opponent gave you the most fun game? So I guess we can answer both ways. Oh, that's a tough question, that. I don't know. I've had lots of fun games against lots of cool people. I literally can't choose.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
I suppose the thing is when each person you play, even if you play that same person 3 or 4 times, like each game is going to be entirely different as well.
Yeah.
So I haven't got used to playing any of you guys yet. You know, like I've played a few games with you guys, but I wouldn't say, oh, that's typical of one of our games yet. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Steve-O's starting to get that way. We've just started to have a few games, so we're starting to get used to it.
Yeah, our games have been very similar. Just lots of shit dies on both sides. That's pretty much how they go.
And the game's going right to the metal. You know, goes right down to the last bit. You know.
Yeah.
A slog. Everything dies.
I think for me, the most fun games have always been the real nail-biting, edge of your seat, turn 5. One single decision could win you or lose you the game. You know, it's right down to the fucking wire. I've had probably most of them against Dark Angel's Deathwing. Got long-standing rivalry between my Bad Moons and Reroll Joe's Deathwing. That we haven't played again in quite a while, actually. A long time. Last game we had was at the beginning of 9th, but we been playing way back since like 3rd edition.
Game.
So yeah, and they're just. We've had a few where one of us has wiped the floor with the other, but they're rare. They nearly always by turn 5, it's still anyone's game, and it's just yeah, they're bloody good fun.
Is he still playing Reroll, Joe?
He's threatening to. We've been trying to get him to play because I don't know. He just his mate pissed him off. He got his mate into it, and he said, "Oh, his mate said, well, when we play, we're going to play the proper rules. So, like, if you're not painted, you don't get the 10 points." It pissed Joe off so much. He was like, "Well, no, fuck off, and I'm just not playing." And he hasn't played a game bloody since. We're like, "Come on, I don't give a fuck if your stuff painted or not. I'll give you the 10 points. Just want to play you."
Too soon.
I don't know. Also, I don't think he was very enamoured with 9th edition either, but I think he's the new Terminators and the new Primarch, of the Dark Angels coming back, and has certainly enticed him back in, and they've got a cracking set, haven't they, with him and all the new Terminator sculpts, which are sexy as fuck.
I mean, I don't think that 10th has got anything particularly special about it either, has it really? But, we're still playing because we're playing. We'll just wait for a better edition.
I mean, it's got its flaws, but
right.
I like it. I like it.
Right.
I think it's brought in some cool elements. I definitely enjoy it more than 9th. I think it's done a lot of good. It's brought back universal rules, characters joining units, having data cards. I love having data cards. I love having them. It's so much better than using a fucking codex or a tablet or something.
I agree with that. Yeah.
And yeah, I kind of like the fact that your unit's special rules and stuff are just there on the unit thing. I flip through books so much less than I ever used to.
We're already holding out for the next edition though, because we want.
I know I'm not. Yeah. I
so
do
you're like, you still haven't got it right, have you? The balance is still not there. Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, but I'm not willing another edition on just to get that back, because one, it's not going to happen, and two, if you did get it back, they'd take something away in the other hand anyway. I just don't. I'd like them not to have another edition too soon. Let's just let one settle for a bit and just leave it be for a bit, please.
One with options.
Yeah. I don't know if it's just because I used to be younger, but I don't know if it's because I used to be younger, and they say like, well, when you're a kid, summers last forever.
Yeah, editions lasted forever as well. Yeah. Well, we used to get excited about a new edition, didn't we? Now we just groan and roll our eyes. Oh, already. I've only just got used to this rules of this edition. I've only had 3 games. 11th edition! Oh, for fuck's sake! That's kind of my response now.
Sustained critical hits. And...
Best edition ever! Don't worry about the last edition. That was shit.
Right. 6 grot tanks, grottied up. We'll just put some contrast on the silver to make it nice and sort of grubby. The ones that fully dried, dry brush and make it a dark, a mid brown, like a chocolate brown, then orange for dry rust, and then just quickly over with some silver just to pick out the metallic edges. Yeah, sort that. Now comes the long, fucking laborious bit where I have to pick out all the details. And for some reason, I've given most of them bloody crew.
Yeah, you've made life hard for yourself there, haven't you?
Oh, yeah. I know, but look.
But they will look cool, though, yeah. I think you've got to have at least a couple with... that looks quality, mate.
Do you know how there's about 7 cuts in that grot?
I can see the head you've used, and then the commissar hat thing on there, and
he's got it. That's just an Ork dagger. The Ork daggers from the boys' kit.
Mm-hmm.
The little cutlass, not the cut. That his left arm's cut 3 times just to have his blaster resting on the tank.
Hey, Lorks, yeah, grot tanks.
Yeah, that's the idea.
All right, I'm going to leave my computer desk for a minute. I'm going to go and stick my varnish in some warm water. Or should I bring some warm water up and I can spray it out the window? Yeah, I'm going to do that actually. I'll bring some warm water up with me.
Sure love you. Steve, what's our bedroom smell like? Hairspray.
Oh, I don't need that back.
I ain't got no hair. What have you been spraying hairspray for? Oh, it's varnish. Oh, is that toxic?
Red.
I'll put chemicals in our bedroom, Steve-o. No nookie for you.
Fucking knew he gave me the wrong bit size. Wrong fucking drill bit size. Jesus fucking Christ.
Don't they always do it to you? Why you bitch?
Keith Gross is saying loves the grot with the hat, Sid.
Oh, cheers, mate. There's 3 grot crew on there. There's the fella, the little commander one with the hat. Put me light up there so I can do that one I saw before. And then there's that fella with a cut down I think it's a heavy stubber. Little Neiman Rust one, so like him. And then there's that's just a little resin one, to be fair. I think that's I had one spare, so I stuck them on. But yeah, I love adding little bits of, like, I was going to say humanity. Not humanity. That's not the right word at all, is it? Flesh. Little fleshy bits, crewing that the vehicles. Like, you know, grots all over like a massive kill tank or stomper or something like that. Or even just orcs hanging with the battle wagons and that.
This one's got a grot on the side. Not standing on the side tracks.
That's a cool looking grot tank, Dread.
That is mine, yeah.
I like that.
Who built that one?
Cruiser.
That's
Just
really
using the
cool.
old. It's a metal killer can front.
Yeah.
And the old Scorcher track. And he's added this very strong magnetic. It's very strong. Look.
I'll say that's the best. I've seen a lot of grot tanks made using the old Scorcher tracks and to good effect. But I'd say that's the best use of that I've seen. That looks wicked. The killer can bit at the front looks so cool.
I've got 3 that are made from that in my 8 strong little contingent.
I remember when that was a cheap way to make grot tanks. Prices they go for on eBay now is a bit ludicrous.
That's probably still cheap compared to
an actual grot tank.
Oh, we don't need to go there, but yeah.
Yeah, I've done my rant on that already.
Is that trodden ground?
Yeah, it is. It is. I will resist. We don't repeat ourselves on this channel.
Never.
Right. I know. What
There's
am I talking about? I'm going to varnish him out the window. I've just stuck him. I've got an old. I think this vape's run out. But yeah, he's blue tacked to an elf bar, ready for a varnishing, hanging out the bedroom window. While the varnish sits in some warm water next to me.
There's an owl going woohoo, woohoo outside.
Sure, it's not one of your fans.
It could be.
Gart, yours is looking very cool, and I can already see it looks like you're about to start making some more trees there, aren't you?
Well, yeah, I'll do the sort of flame effect,
Mm.
but have it as like his coming out the end of his flamethrower. So I don't know if it's in focus or not, but I've
That looks cool as fuck, mate.
and then I want to do so I'll do that bit, and then I want the green stuff some straps so that that's how he's holding on to the
Nice.
oil drum. There's a little spout, you know, little rivets on them and shit.
Oh, that's cool, man.
And then I'll try some OSL here when the
Mm.
paint job's sorted, but you know, barrels drilled and everything. It'll look mint, hopefully. Hopefully.
Tiny.
It's a shame burner boys don't have a knob in it.
Yeah, they have the mech, but yeah, it's a bit. It's meh.
It'd be cool if they had a burner boy knob.
I mean, there's nothing stopping someone from making one for the crack, like, and
Mm. Well, that fella, he ain't running out of fuel anytime soon, is he?
no,
He can burn for days.
unless he springs a leak, but sure, that's a
Yeah, he will.
that's a problem for another day.
He's
About
got
that.
to have a hazardous, isn't he?
Yeah.
A hazardous roll on him.
I
He
could
gets it.
envision him being given a wide berth by the rest of the orcs. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Just in case he goes up.
You'd have to do a special rule for him that if you kill him, you get the old pie plate out.
And he just pops.
Everything underneath gets it. Right, that varnish is nice and warm now. It's not making any sounds though, Dread.
No. Get on the old stove, mate. Oops. Oh, I need some more sweets or something. Sweet. Oh,
I've been hearing you munch throughout most of this live. You know, I keep looking.
yeah, I had some knickknacks, some rib and saucy knickknacks,
Really saucy.
Ooh.
and then I've got some like cola sherbet things. But I've got
Right.
some honey and there's
He's
some honey
going for a
and lime
varnish.
cashew.
Wish him luck.
Good luck. Don't frost.
Yeah, fucking it is cold as well.
Yeah, you can just use the Lamia medium the way I told you. That would work on the frosting.
I mean, yeah. So I've got some honey and lime cashews that I haven't opened. I'm thinking, oh, do I open that?
Honey and lime.
Hmm.
I mean, you put anything on a cashew nut and it's, you know, it's a winner. Winner, winner. Cashew nut dinner. Is that a thing?
It's the thing I want to eat this time of night. Nuts is a morning thing, isn't it?
Nuts. Nah, yeah, nuts are an all day.
No, in the fridge,
treat.
I've got some pineapple hang on, pineapple mango slices and all that sort of malarkey.
Okay, that's not working very well. Looks like my bit blocked. I haven't actually started spraying the miniature yet. I was trying to spray, but not getting a good spray.
Not affiliated with that supermarket, just you know. So we've got juicy sweet mango, melon, and pineapple.
I don't know if you should talk about food or vapes.
Food. I've just got some sliced fruit. I'm ready, prepared, ready to eat. Supermarket shit.
Oh, there we go. Now it's spraying. Got it. Right. Let's have it.
Nearly done him.
Lime.
Give one spray to the as a offering to the gods before you start. That was very nice. With a pineapple.
When pineapple's on the turn, does it just start going fizzy?
They start
It
fermenting.
starts fermenting.
Yeah.
That's when it's best.
Yeah, see, it's hard to get bad pineapple. Pineapple's lovely. Because this melon's naff. And the mango's a bit hard. Yeah,
Worse
that
than a
melon's
hard mango,
crap.
mate.
Pineapples are nuts, though. Mmm. Juicy. Juicy, juicy.
It's got a lot of properties. It's also a great pre-date snack. Just this pineapple.
Why is that then, Sid?
What do you think? Don't tell me you've never heard of what it's supposed to do.
It does. It does.
Is this from
What,
personal
pineapple?
experience or internet searching?
Oh, bit of column A, bit of
Big
column
column
B.
B, good man yourself.
I've never heard anything about pineapple.
He
Go
got
Google it,
varnished
man.
all right. He's all good, baby.
We've been on tenterhooks here waiting.
Final thing, a little bit of my old pal gloss varnish for the eyes and gums. And then that's him done. I'm not actually going to put any tufts on this guy because that squig that I've used has had a sort of little bit of a scenic base under its foot with some toadstools growing, so I won't put any tufts on this one. Just let the mushrooms be on there.
Finished me little. This is the first metal mini I've painted in about 30 years.
Mm.
Wow.
I'm giving him a sword.
Yeah. Well, I think he's got a club or something normally, hasn't he? But it snapped off. It snapped off. And I did shave his head flat and give him a little military cap and all. I don't know. There we go. That's better. I'll do. Just bung him in with the rest of the grots. You can tell he's in charge because he's got heft. Weighs about the same as a killer can.
You just have to do the same as I do with Bob. Just always make sure he's the last one you remove.
Yeah.
Even if it's tactically unwise to do so.
Well, actually, mine is handy.
Right.
There he is. He's got the Nasdaq claw.
Tidy.
Yeah. I thought I'd take two very cool old models and merge them together.
Nice.
It fits him, actually, I think. It's a bit big, but I think
It's not ridiculously big.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got orcs with the same sort of, scale of claw as that.
Yeah, no, I think that looks cool. You've hit that sweet spot, I think.
Yeah, I mean, he's a leader of Grots after all. He would have a super duper cool weapon. But it is sacrilege to a lot of people, obviously, because it's
Nasdregs.
Don't even know what happened to the rest of him either.
I imagine the new Nasdreg claw will probably be the same size as the old Nasdreg miniature.
Probably, yeah.
Yes, mostly Zen. You should paint your red grubble Grobbo, Red Gobbo 2. There was a few of them knocking about, wasn't there? It's been sat there just for about a year and a bit. 16 months or something.
He does some pretty cool things to the grots in. Well, that's what. Yeah, Sid, you can use that in the rules,
yeah.
can't you?
I'm going to use them like as a proxy for one of the, the Legends grot units, like
the Red Gobbo.
Grotless Gits or the Red Gobbo or whatever. He doesn't really fit into any of my grot units because they're all sort of like either gloom, like based on Gloomspite Gits for the whole sort of like the feral orcs, because they're all about showing off, their bulk and size and stuff by running around. That's why they're all wedges with bones, skulls for kegs and stuff like that. But the grots are weedy and offensive to them, so they've got to cover up in cloaks and hoods. Whereas the rest of me grots all are like little mech aids. All run around with spanners and welding torches and stuff. I haven't really got just a unit of grots for grot's sake, just standard grots.
Standard grots pressed into service. He's done. Finito. You can't tell in this out of focus camera, but all the gums and the eyes are all looking nice and glossy and wet. So, yeah, overall, pretty pleased with him. He ain't my best work, but he's looking all right. He'll fit in well. If you want to see him in focus, tune in next week. Well, it is. We've been on for an unusually long time, haven't we?
Have we?
We've gone over our. We're heading towards 11:30 now. Woo.
Jesus.
We did start a bit late, mind you, didn't we?
I think we're like 5 minutes late.
To be fair, though, because we've been focusing on the painting, if you were to take out all the pauses, we've still probably done just under 2 hours. So that's, good. Typical. Look how bright my light goes. I want the sun. Gets us back in focus. I think.
Oh, Gitman says the first time Steve-O has finished a mini on stream. Yeah, it probably is, mate. Yeah, it most likely is the first time, actually.
I don't doubt him. He'll know.
Yeah, I don't even know why I'm doubting him, because he does. Yeah, I'll just take that as gospel. God, I need a shave.
Grooming with the Warbosses of the Apocalypse. All right, is that all right up there?
Yeah. Yeah, there he is, anyway. Yeah, quite pleased with him. Quite cool.
Yeah, it'll be a good episode next week. Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
So we're going to draw this one to a close. Let these good people get to bed or to work, or I don't know what time it is now, the different places.
So Dread's gone.
He was off. That fizzy pineapples went straight through him. He'd be outside that wagon with a fucking carrier bag on his arse. Oh, that's looking good.
Yeah, it's looking really good, mate.
Yeah, it'll look mint when it's painted, but yeah.
There's some fucking good progress there, Scar, as well. I mean, you started the episode with fuck all.
Yeah.
In fact, you've knocked that up in a couple of hours. That's pretty impressive, mate. There's green stuff and all sorts of work going on there.
Bit of everything.
Yeah, you literally have. You've thrown a bit of everything in there.
It's
He's
just
looking mint
the
as well.
straps on his fuel tank to go on in his build. That's it.
Yeah, well, that's the easy bit done then, isn't it? And the
paint,
painting.
tell you what I've
I've
done.
got me paints picked and everything. I've me AK paints. I'm gonna do them in a light grey camo with dark grey streaks, and then I have like lead greys and stuff. I have to paint up that, so I've an idea, like, you know what I mean. That'll be.
I'll tell you what I'd done, Scott, with for the straps. I'd mixed up, the green stuff, sort of working on that, but I ran out and I realised that I'd used it all, should I say? And I realised there was a few straps I needed to do. So I got some electricians. You can just see it here. See if I can move this camera a little bit. There we go. And just stuck about 3 bits on top of each other, and then just went through and scored it, and you get these little, like,
That's such a clever idea.
quite thick strips, and you can just sort of put a little dab of super glue there and a little dab of super glue at the other end because the stickiness doesn't hold, and then just bend it round, and it works a treat.
I'll be stealing that idea, so Grant.
Yeah, that's
You
brilliant
can put
idea.
more
that
and
is.
more, layer it up to get it as thick as you want, because on its own it's a bit thin. But if you put a few layers on, like I think it was 4 I did, 3 or 4, could have been.
It'd be
5,
handy
not
for all
really.
sorts of things,
But,
wouldn't it?
Yeah,
For making
found it really
checkers
useful.
and stuff and
Yeah, well, yeah,
and
exactly. Yeah,
stencils
exactly.
and that.
And you can cut it. I mean, you just cut it as fine as you want, just on your cutting mat, not just little pair of little pinchy tweezers. Wicked, man.
But it's been fun. Yeah, I've nearly have them done. So that's cracking progress. Happy out. But I'll be stealing that
Nice
idea
one.
set.
Well, thank you, people, for joining us on this another hobby hangout. Like I say, next week you'll be seeing our creations. Make sure you get involved. Make sure you, vote when we put the vote up. And I think we'll be getting you guys involved as well, like we've done with the previous ones. And we'll fling the challenge back out your way, and there'll be some more content to follow afterwards. But yeah, it's goodbye from me. 6+ signing out.
Ta-da. See you later.
Don't forget to drill your barrels.
And it's enough said from Dread.
Take it easy.